guys, so today I'm going to be sharing with you 3 really easy holiday hair looks. They can all be done in like 5 minutes or less, so they're really easy, especially if you have an impromptu party to go to or you're just running out of time. These are really easy looks. So if you want to see these looks, please keep on watching. So this first look is really easy. I'm just going to take my fingers and run them by the high points of my brows back, and I'm going to give myself 2 parts. And I'm going to take the end of my teasing comb to give me a nice flat line at the back at the top of my head, just so it's nice and crisp. And I'm just going to pin the rest of that hair back so it doesn't get all tangled in with the top of my hair. And then I'm going to brush out that hair forwards and then backwards. And that way we just get all the knots out and we get it all set into place for starting our braid. You could do a really fat braid, you could do a really skinny braid. Because we don't have a lot of space to go back, I'm going to take probably medium to small sections. And the key to this is to braid back so that you don't have any weird lumps and bumps and anything that could just make your braid look messy. And that's probably the trickiest part of this braid. Okay guys, I have to admit most of this braid is probably covered while I do it. It's definitely a little bit difficult to do the top of your head in a French or a Dutch braid. I am doing it in a Dutch braid because on myself I just find it much easier. I'm flipping the hair forward so I can get a really tight grip against the roots of my hair. If you're dexterous enough just to keep your hands behind your head to braid, then I would suggest that. But this is what just works for me, which is why you see me flipping my head back and forth, bringing the hair forward and bringing the hair back. You just want to keep it really tight to your head, otherwise, like I said, you'll get lumps and bumps. And then once I finish braiding all of it, I do braid a little bit longer than what's necessary. As I mentioned, I want to make sure that ponytail kind of lays flat, but you can tie the elastic right at the end of the braid and have it sit. It's whatever you want. And then once you're done, just let the rest of your hair down, and you can choose to plump up the braid if you'd like, or you can keep it nice and tight. If you've got highlights like me, it kind of gives the braid some extra dimension, and it gives you a faux hawk look. And this is a really great look because you can do it on whatever your natural texture is, or you can curl your hair, or you can straighten it. It's got a very rocker vibe if you need to look a little edgy, if you want to look a little edgy with your outfit. But that's look number 1. So for this next look, I've separated the top section of my hair and I'm going to tease this. Now you can tease as much or as little as you like, but because this next look is a pulled back look, you do want a little bit of volume so that when you're facing forward, it doesn't look like your hair is slicked back. So I'm just going to tease this, and then what I'm going to do is pull that top half into the first of 3 ponytails. I always tend to leave the last chunk unteased or very lightly teased right at the roots, just so that I can smooth it over with everything else a little easier and you don't have too many flyaways and you don't need to use a lot of hairspray. So I'm just going to release the rest of my hair. Basically, we are doing 3 little ponytails flipped into each other, about between my temples and my ears, and pull back to my first ponytail. Now, as I mentioned, I'm doing 3 ponytails, so I'm using the small clear hair elastics because you will see the elastics that you use, so it's more ideal to use ones that blend in with your hair. So I'm making 3 sections. Now you can obviously divide these as thickly or as thinly as possible. I would say try and go as even as possible. My top is a little bit heavier. And then you're just going to separate a hole between them and start flipping them into themselves. And eventually you're going to put the tail of the top into the middle, and the top tail and the middle tail into the bottom, and then you can do what you want with the ends. And also with this look, it's really easy to jazz up. If you have any clip-in hair flowers or any nice funky bobby pins, even ribbon, I've seen ribbon intertwined in this braid, it'd be super easy to jazz up. And that's look number 2. Now for the final look, I am going to add a little bit more teasing to my hair. Because it is being pulled to the side of my head, I want to make sure that there's a little more balance with where I've teased it, because right now it's just teased for being pulled back. So again, tease as much or as little as you like, and you can always pull at it a little bit with the tail end of your teasing comb once you've put your ponytail in. So I'm just going to collect it all to the sides, smooth it out to where I want it, and then I'm going to use a clear hair elastic and secure it just behind my ear. Plump up the teasing with my palm. Separate it into 2 and flip it under. Now some people just leave it like this and it does look quite nice and you can fill that piece out, plump that up. But what we're going to do is we're going to just roll our hair, and this is where I have issues because of my layers. So using your thumb and your two first fingers, you're just going to keep rolling it up till you get to the side of your head, and then use as many bobby pins as you need to secure this. And we're going to just fan it out a little bit, and as I mentioned, you'll see one side of my hair pops out a little bit more because of my layers. Just go pin crazy and put those bad boys back. And again, just play with your teasing to make it as big as you like. And that's basically the finished look. And like I said, you can make it messier by pulling it apart. And that's look number 3. Alright guys, I really hope that you enjoyed these looks. Remember, if you recreate them, please hit me up on my social media. I would absolutely love to see them. And they're really, really easy. So I hope that you guys find them just as easy and get to put them to good use this holiday season. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. See ya!